Let's pop the chair shots. Get it right.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back, my soul nerds. Victor Villa here. Let's see you making their way through a ring.
Yo, you know what's work? Holla. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's Mischief, you heard?
Pretty chubby, flaco. Dímelo, mi gente.
Have no fear.
Old school.
Woo!
Woo!
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it tonight. What's good, mi gente? How you doing?
Is it the clap?
Whoa. Oh, nah, I don't clap. No, none of that. None of that. Ooh, down, boy. But we got a lot of stuff to cover this week. Ooh, and it was damn fuego flaming. Did we catch all the action, guys? Did we? Because this was a loud freaking week, man.
Listen.
And if you didn't, don't worry, we got you, baby.
Really? How we got them? What can we do for them?
First of all, thank you for subscribing. As we know you did, because you know you taking care of us, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna give you the best of the best high-flying action from this week. And you know what? We're gonna talk a lot of crap about it because we just do. We do these things. Mischief, how we living this week, man? What'd you see this week? How you feeling?
We're living extra villainous this week. So we're all gonna take a shot. I got my larceny bourbon. Care of
okay.
Joel. Thank you, old school, for leaving this behind when y'all left me here to die.
I think JP raised you one. JP, show them what you got.
Yo, JP,
I got that Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. What is that?
Is it green?
Is that 2035? Is it green? Nah, this Jim Beam, baby.
It's coming in soon. Yo, shoot, wait.
And yo,
Right,
I'm gonna chase this larceny bourbon. Wait, what I think is probably the most villainous beer of all time. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. This Grolsch Premium Pilsner is my favorite, and I think it's Ricochet's favorite too.
Hey.
Shots are excited.
Pop him if you got him.
This shit is
And we're going to pop things off right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen. Rey Mysterio is going to lead us in running the ropes this week because he is working without a contract. How do we feel about that, gentlemen?
Who?
Do
you? Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio.
I thought he was going to retire, man. I don't know. I think this is a work. I think this is kind of bullshit. This is an easy way to write. Because, like, nobody even knew this was coming up until, like, 2 weeks ago. Like, nobody paid attention to his contract just running out.
I mean, I don't know if you get that many eyes anymore as he did back then. I mean, anybody would probably. What would you expect if you were to know about this ahead of time? Like, he was gonna resign or probably retire.
Listen, he is Rey Mysterio. He don't need a contract. The man, all the blood, sweat, and tears he has shed. Do you remember when Kevin Nash threw him up against the trailer park? Do you remember that?
I was the one that called. You know what? Nah, I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember that? That's
I don't remember that.
That other member of the NWO. He could do whatever he wants. There's many wrestlers now have a contract, are freelancing, are jumping from promotion to promotion. This allows Rey Mysterio, one, to stay in the WWE flexible. He wants to get his son on. I could see him going into a coaching position at some point, maybe at the Performance Center. Who knows? But he doesn't need a contract.
Facts.
I kind of hope he does a Rick Rude. He shows up in WWE and AEW on the same night.
You know, I'm still waiting for that moment, man. Something's gonna happen to the equivalent of that, and I can't wait to see what it is.
Shut up, bitch. Listen, all right, Rey Mysterio. Let's say he does leave the E. What is where would we like to see him, and what's a dream match? What do you think would work real good with?
Oh, we gonna fantasy book this already? Okay.
I got one, but I want to see what y'all think.
AEW Pentagon versus Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
Damn.
I
like that. I like that. I was gonna say. Go ahead, Jay. Old school.
I was gonna say, how about him and Ospreay in New Japan?
Ooh. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I would love to see one more time? Fuck all the bullshit. Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho.
Oh,
AEW.
AEW, baby. Give me that. They could do money every
that would
time.
be good. Hell yeah, man.
yeah. That's it. You took it. I was gonna say that one.
Yeah.
Man, yo, I'd love.
I'm trying to think. I like AEW. There's so many in AEW though. He can
go everywhere.
How about NWA with?
Nobody. I don't know. I don't think he fits there appropriately.
Nah, yeah, he don't fit there.
He's too area.
Ray versus
Aldis.
Ray versus
Aldis
Marty
and Ray?
Scurll.
But that could be anywhere. There's no real platform for Marty right now, so
You know what would be a really
Of
hard
course.
though? Kenny Omega.
he's an interesting character these days.
I got another one.
Okay.
No. Let's move forward. Fuck him. He's done. He doesn't have a contract. Fuck him.
Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned Kenny Omega.
Go, baby!
Bye. It's funny you mentioned him because he responds to a certain tweet or a story acts rather about Kota Ibushi meeting Vince McMahon backstage. Apparently, Kota Ibushi never and high-fived them when the first time they met. Are we buying this?
Yeah.
No, wasn't this at an NXT takeover, right?
Was it at a
stage?
takeover?
Yeah, I think it was at a takeover Dallas.
This was before they offered him the contract, because then afterwards they offered him, he still declined it.
Right. Because he was
story
part of the
the
Cruiserweight Classic.
Right. I mean, I'm not buying it. I mean, how do you pan and I get it, but like you don't know who Vince McMahon is?
I mean, you're in New Japan. Do you really give a shit
But
about
the business, the wrestling business. I mean, I don't mean I said Japan, but I mean like you're a big name in the wrestling business.
I mean,
Like,
I think
your craft is what you learn, right? And you love.
Right.
But Vince McMahon's a fucking. I guess he's a big name in this fucking business, no?
And in all honesty, everybody in the wrestling business knows who Vince McMahon is. Now, did Kota Ibushi give a fuck? Hell no.
That's different, and I respect that. I love that actually. That if this is just like a whole like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend, and then I'm gonna reject your fucking contract because I can do that.
Kota Ibushi was rumored to win the Cruiserweight Classic, but since he turned down that contract, they gave it to TJP.
I mean, so think about it. He came in there, wreaked hell, took fans with him, went back home.
Right.
Left them wanting more. So I respect that. I fuck with it.
How about the ratings?
You want to take it there, huh?
Let's just fucking left field this shit. So
go ahead.
Nah, just fucking. Is it or is it not important to win the overall ratings? Because when AEW was winning the ratings at first, that was the most important part. And now that they're not winning the ratings, the most important part is.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's where the money is. They're trying to make money, right? So that's where they need to be winning. No. Let me tell you something though. From what I saw this week. Great American Bash, I preferred the quality, and I think there was a better show. Not to take anything from Fyter Fest. Fyter Fest was dope too, but okay, you mostly because they got some fans that just watch because they hate WWE, not even because they like the AEW. It's something new, right? So who's to say that it's a better product still? I still like the quality in NXT.
That's true.
What do you watch live?
I watched them both.
NXT.
Side by side.
NXT, Joe? What about
NXT.
you?
I go back and forth, bro. But NXT is the first thing I'm logging into. Unless I know it's opening up with something serious, Every time they go to split screen, I make the switch. And then the next day, I try to catch what I missed of AEW. Yes, I agree with the villain. The Great American Bash was indeed the better show overall. And we're going to jump into many reasons of why as this show goes on. Even though it's a dig, Fyter Fest was dope too. Fyter Fest had his moments. This 2-day program and 2 pay-per-views. Yo, did anybody realize that when you're watching yesterday, when you were watching Fyter Fest, TNT was mad loud, Say was mad low.
Yeah. Theme music. Mad low.
Up in the volume, lowering in the shit. I'm like, you see, the E is smart. They're trying to make you listen. You know, when somebody's whispering,
word,
catch your attention, you're like, what? What?
Wait till you see this.
Turn up the volume. Yeah. And he jump back to AEW, it's like, ah! And that leaves you a bad fucking, experience. Yeah, but negative to negatively think of AEW. This shit is deep, bro. There. That's why he comes out with another belt.
Well, Tony Khan actually thinks otherwise. They're for that demographic. Tony Khan here claims that it's a huge win. So if anybody thinks he's gonna take it as anything else, they're dead wrong. Like, I mean, he shouldn't. He should take it as a big win. They're doing big things, and big ups to AEW. But I mean, that's still not making me not watch NXT. If that's what the accent. But to be honest, the real winners here is us. We won. Haha. We won, fuckers. Because I saw my wrestling. There it goes. And you know what? Not for nothing. You know what else I appreciated is they weren't any cinematic matches. And I felt the last 2 weeks, no cinematic for the business that I've loved so much. I've seen the good matches and I've seen quality. I love that we can still have that in the times that we are living.
There was a pay-per-view feel to both nights of both shows. Even with the pyro and AEW. I mean, you gotta love pyro every time you can get it. And they're saying, you know what? There's a situation we're gonna use the fuck out of the pyro. And it was dope. There were, like Vic said, there are a lot of quality matches, a lot of storylines being pushed forward. But does it really matter what the ratings are? Yo, they're going toe to toe with the E.
That's their problem.
They're superseding expectations already.
That being said,
just there.
Their main event, is that what you're gonna go up against the E with?
So here's my take on it, and I'm glad you brought this up, old school.
Okay.
If y'all seen Being the Elite, the Bucks, Paige, and I think Kenny was there ribbing the E for fucking leaking the results for the main event, right?
Right.
So my take is that's your boy, that's your blood. Adam Cole's your blood, and if you have a company, look what they did. They put their best match, but they did what they best could in their scenario because they lost to Moxley and Cage. Even though I don't think that was going to be bigger than Jericho, Cass. Anyway, they did what they best they could, but they didn't overdo it.
But
they didn't do anything. That's what you're trying. If you mean, like, I didn't see nothing crazy. I didn't feel like they take any spotlight. Like if that was me, I'd be like, yo, that's fucked up. What happened? I'm gonna not, do at least nothing dirty.
What the fuck are you talking about? Nobody said that.
Yeah, bro, you got me lost. What upside down roller coaster?
You know, in the ratings war, anything goes. You know how in the ratings war anything goes? Like, the perfect opportunity for AEW to do some crazy shit now that they knew the results of fucking NXT, right?
It would have been just like WCW though. You tell me the results, I would have popped over there. Matter of fact, I didn't even bother. I watched the NXT main event, right?
Yo, it was the Mick Foley effect all over again.
Matter of fact, the worst part
though, I don't feel like AEW tried to outshine or overshine.
Shouldn't you?
But you know why they didn't count anything special? Because they lost their championship match.
Yep.
Due to John Moxley.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they took
think
the
about
L from the beginning. From the beginning, they took the L.
I would have put up an interim title.
Oh, funny you should.
You say that, and I that makes me think like, yeah, they took the L from the beginning, but that made them just chill, like not even press the gas, like just chill out.
Why?
Let it play out because let Adam have his moment because that's fucked up that they leaked,
Why wouldn't you close Fyter Fest Night 2 with the Young Bucks teaming up with FTR? With all the hype around that.
Yep.
With that 8-man tag. Why would you close with Cassidy and Jericho?
There was
That makes
mad
no
hype
sense.
behind Cassidy and Jericho though, and they
That's the longest
live
feud.
television, so they deserved it. I think.
That was the one feud that they squeezed the most out of. You know, and you know, the Cage and Moxley, I think because Moxley was not present, we lost an opportunity to see what that could have grown into. Because that would have been a very good match. Brian Cage can go in the ring. And Moxley's ferociousness, like it could have been a good match with Taz being the mouthpiece. But the mistake was, why not make Cage fight somebody? Give him the FTW belt after he fought somebody. Yeah, and if Moxley was here, he would have had the same thing. Would have been the same result. No panties, you know? And that would have made more sense. That would have added to the that would have added to the storyline and it would have moved shit forward. But they didn't do that. You know, I listen, both shows had its obstacles, right? But I think Great American Bash was just a better overall card.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, we don't need to lead in. We could just lead right into this because we already pretty much discussed most of it. But what else is bumping this week, guys? Let's talk about some new belts that we got. We got 2 new belts this week. How did we feel about anything that we saw this week, guys? Go ahead, give me something because there's a lot to talk about here.
Shut the fuck up so I can say it. So, this FTW belt, right? I know that was the big announcement. That was the thing that you thought we gave a fuck about. That bullshit ass belt that Taz had like in '92 and shit. I don't remember the year. What year was it?
That's the problem, right? Like, it was a niche market that watched ECW that fucking remembers the FTW title.
There were like 17 people that popped.
Yo,
Shout
I
out
think
to he knows it as the For the World Championship after he asked me what FTW means.
It should be the Forget the World title.
I think the only
world title.
In all honesty, I think the only person that popped when Taz made his announcement was Tony Khan in the back because he's a huge mark for ECW.
Yeah.
And now the FTW title is on his show, so he's like, yeah.
Why'd you make him sound like?
He did a Vince McMahon. That's good shit. I kind of feel like, you know, when they were setting up the feud for Moxley and Cage, at some point they're like, yeah, and then, you know, Taz is gonna announce this big announcement, and because Moxley's not involved now, they forgot about that shit, and last minute he brings his fucking belt, and that's what happened. That's how it came off as.
You know, Daniel Bryan should really come out next week and be like, that's what I was going to announce, and it was fucking stupid, so I never did. And that was your shit on this entire content. Daniel Bryan's like, yeah, that idea that I had fucking for. Remember, I never told you. I never told you, right? What my huge puzzle?
How about this? How about if MVP comes out and says, you see, this is how you treat a champion. This is a new belt. I'm not going to go get my old United States championship and hand it over to my client. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
That could be a nice, you know, quid pro quo.
I'm not sold. I didn't like the energy I saw in Cage, like behind Taz during this promo either. Like, it was.
You know what it is? Is that Taz is on another level.
I want to see more from Cage.
Can't comprehend.
Cage looked like a little bitch standing behind Taz to begin with. All right, like
I wouldn't say that about man that Taz, bro.
Say it to his face, old school. Say it to his face.
Whatever. Fuck it. Let's do it. You know, worst he can do. Worst he can do is beat me
old
up.
School.
I've taken a beating before.
I'll back you up. Look, I got you, old school.
Again.
I got you, old school. I'll back you up.
Let's do it. That's all I need.
So you've been beaten off. I don't think you've been beaten up.
Le damos fucking pau y después le ponemos mentol.
Listen, man. Listen, old school's battled monkeys, man. We could do this.
I have fought wild animals, including a monkey before, in a train station. So let's do this. So bring his flippy ass over here. I'll beat his ass too.
Statues don't count.
No, they were live monkeys from the jungle. I mean, you know, it was a weird situation. There was a bottle of milk involved. They got weird.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Weird. How about this? How about we invent a title, right? And then we just say that it's named after an existing title that we didn't win, and just paint over it. The United States Championship, ugly as fuck or gold?
Nah, that shit was fire, bro.
That shit's fire.
I like
That
it.
shit's fire.
It was leaked. A concept of it was leaked at some point over the years. Something similar to that, but I thought it looked crisp, especially when it comes to the WWE belts. I mean, the last belts, they've had a run, I mean, with the exception of the Intercontinental title, of making the belts look the same. So this is something fresh, something new.
Different. Yeah.
I'm with it.
I didn't see the need to change it, though. I did like the old one still, too. I like both.
I mean, it allows it an opportunity to uprise it. You know what's, for me, honestly, when they debuted it, I thought they were going to try to put Bobby Lashley to win over the U.S. title.
Yo, but
you know what I mean?
what happened?
Like, you want to elevate the title.
I mean, we might get there.
What are we going to say, PCF?
What happened with Apollo Crews? What happened? Where was he? Isn't he the champion?
Nah,
yeah.
Isn't MVP the champion now?
No.
Well, I don't know. Did he ever win? I think
Apollo
Cruz is going to come back next week and find out. And
Apollo
address
Crews
it.
is the champion, so why wasn't he there to show off his own title?
I don't know if they wrote him off, but yeah, it could be the COVID.
It was COVID.
I think this was part.
I think it was COVID. I think it was COVID.
I think he was one of those positives they just got back.
When in doubt, COVID out.
Oh no.
Yeah, word. I think that's going to be a thing that MVP uses to kind of convince Apollo Crews to come into the fold, right? Come be part of his organization.
No, I like the way he went afterwards.
No, but
he went to Cedric Alexander.
I like that.
He went into his year.
Talking
after
about
that.
living in Ricochet's shadow and shit.
Yo,
So either he's grouping up or he's gonna get one or the other. But I like Cedric because he could use that.
I like him.
Cedric can use it, but imagine Ricochet under MVP.
Ooh, Ricochet can use something.
Heel
I would
Ricochet.
rather not.
Really? Nah.
Huh?
I mean, because his charisma.
Ricochet.
He has Rocky Maivia charisma. Like, it's not gonna work.
I just need whatever gets him TV time, man. Because he can go. He can go.
He can make it interesting. Put MVP on the mic representing him. They'll make it interesting.
For sure.
Yo, I say bring Ricochet back to NXT. I'm sorry.
I say bring everybody back.
I say put him on a 205 and make that larger than it is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I say
be hard
like new Brood.
Ooh, Ricochet will fit good in 205.
Did you say a new Brood?
Yeah, bitch. That's what I've been saying. Yo, Brood and Ricochet.
And who's at the end of this disgrace? Baron Corbin?
It'll be Ricochet and Dexter Loomis. It'll be
He'll
like
spit the blood out.
And
Loomis.
fucking Archer. Dog.
Who?
What?
Not
Raw
Archer.
promotion.
You say Lance Archer? I'm down.
Not Lance Archer.
Lance Archer, by
I'm
the
down.
way. Lance Archer with the Jake the Snake Roberts vibes against Joey Janela. Yo, that shit was awesome.
This guy
Yeah, shout out to the man.
From NXT now.
You mean the slaughter of Joey Janela? Jesus Christ.
No, I was,
See how he hit those ropes, yo?
yeah,
That's
Yes, sir.
Joey.
Yo,
Janela.
bro.
Archer put his his knee on his back and stretching out the rope. Just remind me of Jake the Snake. How many times did we see the Snake do that shit to people? It's infiltrating his character. It's great. There's a great pairing.
Which snake you talking about, JP? Because you're not wearing any pants.
Wear your pants. You have no belts on. You have no belts on your pants at all. We're talking about 2 new belts here this week, and you're not wearing not one. Speaking of 2 belts, we have a series
You
of.
can't do that yourself, you asshole. You can't do the lead-in and then do the fucking. You can't transition that way. That's not how that works.
You can't triple stamp and double stamp.
You can't alley-oop to yourself.
But you triple
And then
stamp.
he's done.
You gotta lick it before you stick it. You gotta lick it before you stick it.
Yeah, nah. Okay.
This guy,
See?
bro, 2 belts is a
Bird.
reoccurring theme we got going on this week. And for the past couple of months, we got Becky 2 belts. We got Bailey those straps. We got Sasha talking about having 2 belts. We got Keith Lee.
Skin is going.
Ooh.
And maybe Moxley Cage.
Maybe Naito.
W belt.
Put them all on the line, damn it.
So, what's up with all these 2 belts?
It looks cooler, man. It looks cooler. It looks like good shit.
Yo,
I think we're really, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're really underestimating how low the roster numbers are due to COVID. This is why you have people double dipping. This is why Charlotte needed to have a break because she was on every night on all 3 promotions. Maybe the rosters are limited. We don't know.
This is what happens when you're like.
But this is happening throughout wrestling. This is happening in all the promotions. This is happening in WWE. This is happening in AEW. This is also happening in Impact.
Is it
limited
in number or in star power?
Who's the last one that won all the belts in Impact?
Kurt Angle.
There's a few of them that's done that though. He's not the only one, right?
Austin Aries, I think too.
AJ Styles.
And out for him.
He had a wonderful career in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the best. He eats very healthy, I hear. Listen, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal, but I mean, I like when it's 2 serious titles like what Keith Lee's doing. I love because it's like the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight. That's dope. The tag titles.
Wait. It's the first time we're like, not the first time, but this reminded me of that match of Ultimate Warrior, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Hulk Hogan, the World Heavyweight Champion, at SummerSlam, with the Intercontinental Champion Ultimate Warrior going over on top. Keith Lee had that moment. What was even more beautiful than that, I'll talk about later.
Well, he got 2 belts now. So, like, here we got this 2 belt fever going on. Why do we have several people in the business right now? 2 people in one company with 2 belts. Why are there 2 people in one company with 2 belts right now?
Because there's only 2 people there actively right now, thanks to COVID. So you can't book anybody. Oh, Sean Spears. They forgot to book Sean Spears.
What about
they booked him on AEW Dark. He was fighting Brian Pillman Jr.
Jesus.
Oh, word.
That's facts.
They said you worked the dark match.
Facts.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent. I just don't. I have to say it's got to be the talent issue, right?
Well, that's what you say. Is it talent or is it the quality of the talent, right?
Not the quality, just there's no physical people there. Like everybody's home, being fake.
This is what I believe.
They got people in the audience that are actual wrestlers, yo.
Yeah, but that's what they're being used for, apparently.
Honestly, I wrestle every Wednesday, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Shotzi, yeah.
I think that they're scared to kind of commit to any storylines that make sense because they don't know when they make a shutdown.
Well,
So
yeah,
what
they are
made
expecting
positive.
fall to be resuming. So, are they going to restart then? After September? I don't think anything's starting down. That's personally, but that's what they're thinking. Who knows?
What are you talking about?
Them resuming business with the fans, having fans coming in.
Nah, fans ain't gonna be in. Nah, man. Yo, everybody gotta stay home.
2021.
Let's table going to events for next year.
Fans coming back for Mania.
The second
weekend.
wave is coming, and they may have to shut down next week. That's what I'm talking about. All right. They're trying not to push
I'm not trying to go out
any feuds because they don't know what's happening week to week. You know, they're trying to go with the flow.
It's funny you say that, JP. It's funny you say that you don't know what's going to happen week to week because on Saturday, July 11th, 7-11, right? Our good friends at Synergy Wrestling.
Yo, I just got a flashback. What the fuck?
Putting on a goddamn show. Incredible lineup And one of the bangers on that show was Alex Zane and Blake Christian going on a 30-minute match, dog. But that shit got canceled. And why did it get canceled? Well, because, they had to quarantine. Well, Colin, being the guy that he is, and Synergy being the company that it is, they found more than satisfying replacements, let me tell you. We got the Warhorse and AJ Gray.
Yo!
2 out of 3 falls match. The whole card is stacked.
He knows karate, dickhead.
It's going to be on Fight TV. Check it out this Saturday, 7/11. And it's going to benefit the Nurses Foundation, bro. It's
not 11/7?
Most stuff.
Dyslexic piece of shit.
It says episode 11/7. You asshole.
Stop breaking the law. So, who's taking this summer, man? AEW or NXT? Who wound up winning the ratings war, really? These are the 2 things we're going to be covering right now. JP, talk to me a minute, man. Who do you feel is set up for the future between AEW and NXT?
You see, Victor Villain, you seem to forget that history indeed does repeat itself. You seem to forget that people learn from their mistakes. And there's no way NXT is losing to AEW.
Ooh.
Because they've had the most consistent programming. They've had the best cards when it comes to pay-per-view, including Great American Bash. NXT is pure success. It's the best thing on WWE. It is the best thing in professional wrestling. Case closed.
Listen.
Randy Mack ain't going to lose to nobody again.
You think it's that decisive already?
Even if he has to hand it off. He'd rather hand it off with his face on it than ride the car and put the dent on it.
What?
Yo, you're an athlete. You start like veering off the course of making sense. Like you're just teetering. It's teetering.
Everyone out here doing Ultimate Warrior promos now. It's very. We going on a plane ride
to the stars and galaxies.
Galactic in the stars and Uranus. Uranus.
Listen. That was adorable and all, but let me tell you why you're wrong. Tell Karina I said what's up, yo. So here's the deal.
Yo, for real.
NXT had all this time to establish and build this base before AEW came along. Here comes AEW. Now, let's be honest. AEW is not competing with the WWE. AEW is competing with the WWE in a practical sense, yeah. But they're not competing against Raw or SmackDown. They're competing against the third brand. A brand that was developmental up until the development of AEW. All right? AEW has disrupted the giant in such a way that we have not seen in over 10 years. All right? WWE is pulling out Great American Bash 2-week fucking shows, fucking this and that, pulling out fucking stops, counter-programming the billion-dollar company. Counter-programming not just on NXT, but also on its main roster shows. Being disrupted by this indie darling AEW upstart company. That is success. Before we go into bashing all of this and praising all of that and just remember this one simple fact. AEW is a year and change old. It is a year old for all intents and purposes. Remember that. This shit has been around for like fucking 12 minutes. Give us some time. And it's competing.
Well, is it 12 minutes or a year? Which one is it?
12 months. 12 months. It's been 12 months.
12-minute month, days, week things.
So like TNA / Impact has been competing with the WWE for like 15 years, 20 years.
But ratings wise, were they competing?
No, nowhere near.
Thing that
AEW is doing.
That's just because they got money, right? They got money. They went to TNT.
It is what it is. It is what it is. They're here. They're at the show.
I would say
putting in
early TNA was still better than early AEW.
Ouch. Wow.
But let's remember,
early
TNA was also during a low point in WWE.
Was that?
I mean, at one
the
point,
same thing here, right?
The talent, I give you that. You had Samoa Joes, you had Stings, you had Kurt Angles that were going. You had
Booker T,
AJ Styles,
Booker T.
Those are names.
I saw a clip yesterday of Booker T when he was on commentary, and then he gets in the ring and starts fucking people up with the mic. Like he's like,
why?
Give him a kick. Kick him, and then I'm gonna come over here. Set up for a big kick. Boom. And that is hilarious, dog. Why don't people do that? That shit is mad funny, yo. He was just, and now he size, and I'm a Booker T size, and boom.
Just do different elements. Some people,
could it be because this younger generation of wrestlers forgot that the entertainment side of it? They're so focused on the wrestling aspect of it that where's the entertainment of it? Because at the end of the day, it's sports entertainment.
Yo, dog.
It's a different book that they read.
You want entertainment? Tune in on Mondays and Fridays, bro. I want wrestling.
And if you want wrestling, tune in on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Y'all sound like crazy ass snobs. Fucking what is wrestling? Fucking from what you consider to be wrestling is a far cry from its origins. So I'm like, what is wrestling to you, and why is Wednesday more wrestling than Monday and Friday?
Definitely no bullshit, bubblegum, corny scripts that we're worrying about ruining the entertainment value, because I'm watching NXT to watch the fight.
You forgot strapping Stephanie McMahon up in the...
No, I'm talking about today. I'm saying the question was from the all time?
No, my point is that, like, all time, there is loads of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, what is wrestling? Like, what is wrestling to you? Is all of it not wrestling?
Professional wrestling, in my eyes, is a product performance that from opening to close, I am seeing a story being told, story amongst character development. From the entrances to the finishes, you are engaged in a storyline. Who are the participants? You're on a roller coaster of emotions,
and that's not
you're not getting that on Mondays and Fridays.
You're not.
No way.
Unfortunately, you are not getting that. Because why is there such a stark difference between what we see on Wednesdays compared to Mondays and Fridays?
They get more time.
Because of the stories that are being told,
formatting,
the things that are being pushed that are not working.
Yeah,
that's what the problem is.
Talk to me about formatting, Joe.
It's a different game. It's a different game plan.
I feel
have an extra hour.
When you talk about Monday and Friday, it becomes very predictable, and a lot of it's garbage. There's no attention to detail. It's garbage. There's a lack of consistency. What's up?
No continuity.
Wrestling?
There's no continuity. What's that?
Is it not wrestling?
It is wrestling.
Sure.
It's wrestling.
At a bare minimum.
Superman and Archie are both comics, but which one are you gonna read?
I don't know.
Archie, of course.
But they're still comics.
I'm reading El Condorito.
They're all into the comics genre, so they're comics. It's still wrestling. I see what you mean.
Y'all saying there's only wrestling on Wednesday, right? There's a focus on perhaps a different format, maybe to Joe's point, right? But it's still fucking wrestling. Like, we used to watch the wildest storylines that sometimes made no sense. Y'all just talked about Rey Mysterio getting thrown into a tractor trailer. That happened. That was real.
Didn't call the police, man.
but see, that was engaging. Why? Because that happened in the middle of the invasion of the outsiders into WCW. That shit was fascinating.
It was because we perceived Vince's guys coming down to WCW to invade, right? When we first saw Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, we were not informed. Maybe that's also part of it, right? We've become so smart. We've become so in the know, quote unquote, right?
Dumb it down a bit, guys. Fuck.
Well, I think right now, I think the only reason you guys are not drooling on yourselves about the finish of Great American Bash is because it was leaked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because beyond that was a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
They put in work.
So let's blame it.
I don't understand how Adam Cole at like the 200 pounds soaking wet with a bunch of bricks on his head was in there in that match with Keith Lee.
And had a headlock on Keith Lee. Like, it wasn't nothing. Like, he was just, hey, you fucking with the wrong one today, boy.
The Canadian destroyer that he hit off of Keith Lee, bro, the man is at least 350. That shit was crazy. Why is that what we get on NXT? Why aren't we getting that more consistently on the main card, on Raw and SmackDown?
Because on Raw and SmackDown, it's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. You know what was my favorite part of Raw was the Heath Slater Drew McIntyre segment.
That was interesting.
Because that drew in from
I'm gonna tell you right
reality.
Now,
what's up?
I'm gonna tell you right now what it is. You want to know the difference between Raw, SmackDown compared to NXT? Raw and SmackDown is Batman Forever, Batman and Robin compared to Dark Knight, NXT. That's what we're talking about.
No one wants to see Joel Schumacher. We all want to see Chris Nolan.
Facts on facts, bro. And who's the Chris Nolan in NXT? Triple H. Who, by the way, I found out this week. Thank you, whoever sent that to the chat.
That's not his real name.
Pedigree is an H.
Paul Levesque.
That was me.
Pedigree's an H. Pretty DCF.
Can I also say R.I.P. Joel Schumacher? Didn't he die like last week? I feel like we've been disrespectful.
Damn.
Joel Schumacher.
Bless
The
you.
guy that
Bless you.
Wow.
Aha! Wow. So what's next? What is next, guys? What is next in the wrestling world? What is next?
Ese mismo.
Can I go?
Go ahead, JP. Talk to him.
No!
See, there's only one show that I know what's next. And the reason behind it is because of the continuity, because of the performances, because of the nuance involved in each and every aspect of the product. I know for a fact that Keith Lee's next arch nemesis is going to be Karrion Kross, baby. Because you saw at the end while he's celebrating the ring, you see him and Scarlett in the Raptures looking over, licking the chops. What belt is he going after? It doesn't really matter. Because the thought of that and the way they set that up has me salivating and woo! Let's go. Let me get it.
I feel you.
Give me what I want.
You know what's not?
Give me what I want.
Tell what he wants.
As JP was rambling,
Give him back his philanthropist.
All right. I came to the conclusion that what's not gonna be popping is this fucking FTW belt.
Is that what's not next?
Is why it dilutes the prestige of your title. It did nothing. Like you thought that shit. You thought that people could be like, "Oh wow, yeah, this shit was so cool." No, man. Like nobody gave a fuck. Everybody's like,
"You think it was presentation though?"
What?
You think it was the presentation though?
Nah, I thought it was just that title.
You're just not interested.
Nothing. It just didn't. Like what the fuck? Like who cares? Who cares? Like, what?
They broke the cardinal rule of titles. Anytime you hand a title over to someone that didn't earn it, that already loses legitimacy, right? That's why Asuka's run right now is crap, right?
That's why I can't take Moose and Impact serious with that TNA title. I can't take that shit serious. That dude is ass. Cabeza de huevo is ass.
I bragged on Baron Corbin. I've ragged on Baron Corbin so much throughout this entirety of this podcast. So much, ladies and gentlemen, that he has blocked us on Twitter and Instagram. just because of me, because I understand his historial. I understand his lack of success in the NFL. But I digress. I digress. I was enlightened by the one and only Tommy Dreamer about the lack of success that our boy Moose had in the NFL, and he is now going to be part of my ridicule, because not only is he carrying a belt that has no valor, a belt that he did not win. The man cannot play a down for the Patriots. He got bad rings, but no sweat.
Fucking guy, bro.
Listen, I share the passion. I share the emotion.
Yo,
It's just
you know how he
for-
wears his rings? They're mad big because he didn't earn them, bro. They just swimming on him.
I feel the frustration, but only in a different area. Adam Cole, baby!
Oh my
What the hell? Now.
205, baby.
205, baby.
Yo, not for nothing. This is serious. Whatever is next for Adam Cole is gonna be great. It's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be fantastic. I can assure you that. But I hope that it happens near October, December. You know why? So that the man can hit the gym and put on at least 10 to 15 pounds, yo.
¿Cómo te invité?
No, he lost a lot of weight. He himself has said it. He lost a lot of weight.
I feel like a lot of.
I think just for his health. I feel like just for his health. Because seeing him go against Keith Lee, like he can't do that every night, yo. He can't do that every night. Hey, yo, not for nothing. This championship reign he's had has been very physical. Think about the bumps he's taken. He took a bad bump on the neck off that cross line from Keith Lee.
Hey, a hell of a title reign, man. Old school, you had some thought.
My bad.
But my whole thing is, the Undisputed Era, I feel like they all lost muscle mass, right? Like, I don't know what happened in between. Like, everyone's like, nah, fuck it. We're not going to.
Kyle O'Reilly finally back in the States.
Thank goodness. the one legitimate guy in the group.
I agree with you, yo. Adam Cole is trash, garbage, yo. Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly is a man among men. Yo, he is nice. And shout outs to the classic they had in ROH. Not the one we went to old school. It was the first bloodbath that they had.
Oh, in Manhattan Mayhem? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they
With
showed
the
clips of
chains?
that. Also, that what they've been showing sneakily, apparently Adam Cole has commented and leaked out that he's good friends with one Kevin Owens. Is this leading to some future work, some future collaborations?
Maybe a Mount Rushmore 3.0?
It would have
I
been
don't think
first
it's
time.
main
roster.
And okay, question, guys. If Adam Cole is coming up to Raw or SmackDown, is he coming with the entire group or is he coming solo?
I
What do
feel
you
he has
guys
to
think?
come with everybody.
You think
He has
so?
to.
Yeah, they're a group. Yeah.
He
Does
has
anybody
to.
have belts? No, none of them have belts right
You think-
Or if he doesn't come with everybody, they can stay in NXT, but they have to be involved in his matches.
He's not a threat unless they're there.
now. I can see that.
The real question is Vince McMahon gonna take these 4 men serious?
That's what I'm so scared of.
He's gonna book him like the Riot Squad, yo.
Exactly.
No,
not even the Riot Squad. He's gonna book them like the Spirit Squad.
Oh, he's gonna have them get dumped, and it's gonna say back to Orlando.
Yeah.
so
And that's
nervous.
why Adam Cole should stay in NXT.
But wait, let's keep in mind, Adam Cole hasn't renewed his contract though.
He gonna take his Canadian destroyer down to fucking Jacksonville. That's what he's
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
Why not be?
His
Why not
be with his
is a
girl?
dentist down there.
Why not be with Bray Basura Baker?
My God.
What if he helped rebuild NWA?
Or what if he helped rebuild ROH?
Who? Adam Cole?
I think ROH is better, right? ROH actually makes a lot more sense.
Bigger platform.
But they already have Marty, who's involved in like neck deep in shit. So I don't know.
I feel like Adam Cole's beyond that at this point. It's either AEW or nothing.
Nah, he's staying put, man. They treating this
Empire.
man too good. Triple H's not gonna let him
I mean,
go nowhere.
Triple H and Shawn,
WWE's home.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels are high on Adam Cole, but
Yeah,
how does Vince feel about Adam Cole? Can he get the Daniel Bryan treatment? That's the thing.
Why does he have to go up though? He can stay. He can stick around.
It just kind of felt like it was the end for him.
My theory is going to get the Christian treatment.
It does.
Bro, what else does Adam Cole have to accomplish? And then
But it doesn't have to be, Vince. You don't have to take this one.
I'll tell you.
Hey, y'all remember when Finn Balor was like the hottest thing in NXT, and then he came up to the main roster, and then what happened?
Caca sandwich.
Well, to be fair, it was an injury.
With a side of
He
the
won the Universal title. He got pushed. He got the opportunity, and then he got hurt.
I feel the way
put on 10 to 15 pounds.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what happens with Adam Cole next. He comes out with Undisputed Era, and they betray him, and they find a new leader, and Adam Cole becomes a face.
It sounds too Japanese for me.
I mean, what else does he have left? Look at Johnny Gargano. He had nothing. Gargano had nothing else left to accomplish in NXT, and he's a heel now.
I think Gargano is planning something. He after the interview on Wednesday, he goes, "Oh, we're gonna make some noise." I didn't peep if he meant something by that on that show. Well, I didn't see anything.
Who do you think would be the face though, or who would be the new lead?
The new lead, it could easily be Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong, you could give Roderick Strong the lead.
Jesus. So I remember Roderick Strong's old ROH promos, and that frightens me. He was not necessarily the greatest on the mic. He's gotten a hell of a lot better.
The on the mic.
Yeah.
The leader has to be the best on the mic.
Also, then put it on fucking Kyle O'Reilly.
I'll tell you who.
Bobby Fish?
No. AJ Styles.
Oh. That's disrespectful, and I love it. Do it.
Would that be interesting to bring AJ Styles? He's sad because his crew left, right?
But
he got a new club.
And like that's what they turn it into, and they're vicious and they fucking attack, and like AJ Styles like he's sharp, he knows how to handle shit.
Or what if Adam Cole? What if Adam Cole goes up to SmackDown and he forms a new stable with AJ Styles, the Club 2.0?
Ooh.
I don't know, but Adam Cole and AJ Styles in the same program is money, and so is Kevin Owens. So I would like to prefer him to go to Raw. But yeah, AJ Styles and Adam Cole is a program I want to see. Yes. I don't know, man. I just don't know if we'll get the right match though. Because if we get Adam Cole to the main roster, kiss his good matches goodbye. I think because he's not gonna get time. He won't have the same time in NXT.
We have the right to be afraid because what have we seen time and time again? There's been so many champions, NXT champions that have gone to the main card and have fizzled. Look at some of these champions that have not gotten the treatment they deserved. Big E, Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor.
Yo, why are you reading
Corbin Dallas?
Fucking graduation, bro.
Some of these individuals had name changes. You know what I mean?
Finn Balor, Kulari.
Yo, the $1 million question.
Remember Bo Dallas?
I said Corbin Dallas.
Multi-pass.
Wait, that's yes.
Multi-pass.
Element.
The only podcast that still mentions the movie along with Walter Mercado. Don't miss it. If you haven't seen it yet, Walter Mercado's new documentary on Netflix. Come in, my man.
Y'all know he had a girlfriend?
No. That was constructive.
What the fuck?
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't be right if we wouldn't mention any of the heels, pops, and chair shots of the week. Let's lead it off. Who's the heel this week? Who's killing it in the villain side?
You know, I enjoyed Randy Orton this week. I thought his heel work was top notch. He pulled out Angel Garza, slammed him on the glass, like, get your fucking head in the game. He said something. He was like, I forgot what he said, but he called him a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I love it.
And after a week when he put on Instagram a picture of him, holding his wife's breasts. So yeah, he's
love to hate him. Love to hate. You got legacy.
Is that why PCF wanted to shake his hands?
Hey.
I wanted to lick his finger after that.
Oh my God.
Yo, I think you might see Randy Orton versus Big Show SummerSlam Legend Killer. That's how
Oh yeah, for sure. That's where it's going.
What the fuck you want to do with that bullshit? Oh yeah. Woo.
Sandwich early.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Randy Orton on hot street, doing heel shit, loving it, just tearing it up, fucking having great work with Edge, doing his fucking thing. Oh, here comes fucking Big Show, fucking devoid of any sort of wrestling presence whatsoever. This guy is 7 foot tall, of not.
You can't teach that.
There is no. If he is in the ring, nobody cares. He is not a threat. He has not been booked as a threat since the fucking Valentine's Day massacre. He is fucking useless as far as wrestling is concerned. Because at this point in his career,
I loved him on Netflix.
The lovable character he portrays on his Netflix show, and he is just
is
not
that why?
a wrestler.
Is that why on the song they keep repeating his name? It's the Big Show. It's the big damn show now. Because people forgot who he is.
They forgot.
Yo, my heel of the week is JR, yo. JR had the nerve to call Pentagon a gimp. The gimp for Pulp Fiction at Fyter Fest. I don't know if you guys heard that rendition.
I did.
Yes, he looks like a gimp. He looks like a gimp. Oh my God. What in the Jim Cornette is going on?
What in the Jim Cornette is going on?
Oh my God. Who popped this week, ladies and gentlemen?
Keith Lee, 2 belts.
Pop.
Yeah.
Keith Lee, you gonna put Keith Lee card? I'm allow it.
We're officially in the NXT era.
NXT era, all right. I could raise you one though. I definitely popped during the 6-man tag, yo. I've seen before, but I never expected Canadian Destroyer in the
8-man tag. The 8-man tag.
Yeah, and landing on the entire teams. Like, that shit was fucking fire.
The Canadian Destroyer is a whack-ass fucking finisher. And
isn't that Mischief's favorite move ever?
His favorite move ever.
That shit was kind of cool. That shit was kind of cool. That's cool.
I'm gonna tell you my pop of the week.
Nobody asked.
My pop of the week goes to the AEW Puppy Royale that they had before Fyter Fest. The Puppy Royale. If you guys are having a bad day, please tune into this shit on YouTube. It is fantastic. It is heartwarming. If you are a lover of pets, but that isn't my pop of the week. That's my fluff of the week. My pop of the week definitely goes to R-Truth when he confused Ric Flair for Tozawa. He's like, Tozawa, I know that's you. Ric Flair's like, oh.
You cleaned up a little too nice. Shout out to Randy Orton for hooking him up.
Was close to saying something racist. Like, yeah, it was. He get caught when it did.
The fact that Randy Orton could keep a serious face when that happened, bro. All the praise to him. I lost my shit when he said,
I considered that specific moment as my pop of the week because I fucking love that moment.
It was so good I had to write it down. It was great.
Can we talk about the chair shot now, y'all?
No.
Chair shot.
No, bitch, I'm not at the chair shot yet, yo. My pop of the week was
that sounds like a you problem.
I love Lance Archer just fucking ripping ass, fucking out there, fucking throwing Sonny Kiss in the ring, just fucking being cool as shit.
If you haven't seen, check out our fucking Shooting the Itch with Lance Archer.
Oh, este man le pica. Siempre le está picando.
What's wrong with you, bro? This
Yo.
shit ain't- what's it?
Yo, J-
You got that athlete's foot. You got that.
JP.
What's up with you?
Yo, JP.
Alright, man.
Preparation H. Preparation H.
Oh yeah, preparations, your Asians, because that's gonna be Hamations and your culations. Fucking.
Hey, let me tell you something. The chair shots of the week. What make it stank for you this week, man? What was like, I don't know. I don't really think I'm hating on anything this week.
Let me tell you what got the 3 hairs on the top of my head going up in a little bushel right there, okay?
Tell me please now.
Se murió.
What is it?
First of all, I just got the pop of the week now. But it's FTW
This man
title.
said the 3 little hairs.
The 3 little hairs. Oh my god.
That orange piece of trash that Taz brought out. Like, we gave a shit back in 96 that we're going to give a shit now in 2020.
Mierda. Gran mierda.
The 3 little hairs. You know what doesn't get the 3 little hairs on my chest to get up? That Dark Order and Colt Cabana angle. What the fuck is up with that shit?
What happened? Talk to me, pretty chubby.
That shit is buns, bro. Brody Lee is trying to recruit Colt Cabana into Dark Order, and Colt Cabana is basically becoming Brody's bitch. What's up with that?
That's kind of. They're trying to give you a storyline, and actually, I think this is much more interesting than you're giving it credit for. Colt Cabana was a very defined character in the indie world. Like, people knew Colt Cabana. So now you're asking him to kind of give that up to join the Dark Order. That's an interesting dynamic, right? Not so much like, hey, just come to join the Dark. No. Give up what you knew as, like, this is what you do. Because there were moments.
He's a comedic wrestler.
Right. He's a comedic, right? Like, he doesn't take himself too seriously. He's got a name. He's got, like, people know his MO, right? Like, they know his modus operandi. They know what he's going to fucking do when he comes out here. Like, he's going to be cheerful and fucking whatever. So, bringing him into a very dark character, like, they have to bring him outside of his comfort zone. And I actually think this is very interesting storytelling. And him being kind of goofy through it all, I think is a very interesting choice. Like that's a choice that he's
It plays a big role.
Yeah, that's a choice that he's making as a character. He's saying my character is gonna be goofy and fumble with the idea of conformity, right? Like he's got to conform to this Dark Order situation, and Brody Lee is doing all the right things like an asshole, right? Like he's like, get the pin, like he's fucking letting him get his W. Right, but like in the most douchebag way possible, and that's like an abusive father figure, right? Like
he's like pledging him. He's pledging him at this point.
Right, like he's like, fucking go ahead, yo, I'm gonna give you this W, you little bitch, and you're like, damn, all right, thank you, Poppy. So you
remember, this gives an opportunity for Colt Cabana to give a dark comedic influence. You know what I mean? He could still be funny.
I don't think he could be funny, and I don't think he should be funny. I think that Colt Cabana as a character should disappear for a little bit in the Dark Order. Because the Dark Order has to show a level of importance. Like, you've got to be able to, like, be a part of the Dark Order. That was one of the reasons why the Wyatt family did not survive. They didn't recruit anybody, really, right? Until Braun Strowman, kind of, Daniel Bryan, maybe, if you want to think about it that way. But they
Braun Strowman was short-lived.
Yeah, and there was no threat of growth with the Wyatt family. And, like, there's got to be a threat of growth with the Dark Order. And in that growth, you have to consume personalities. And Cabana's a personality. So he's got to be consumed. And, yo, honestly, like, he's at the point in his career where he could kind of die out a little bit, collect the check, be in the background of the Dark Order. And then later on, he'll have an interesting story as he breaks away and goes back to being himself. That story writes itself. But right now, disappear.
Well, should he disappear or should he modify? Like, could he change, like, streams and become, like, killer heel or like, a maniacal heel?
Can you see him in that role?
I mean, I could see him, like go, like Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix
I personally would like to see, I would like to see them change him up completely. Like he's starting off like this, but then he ain't coming out like this. He's coming out completely different at the end of this whole thing. And speaking of the end of this whole thing, that's all the damn time we have for you folks this week. I don't give a damn where you got your
me diga. We're not talking about
everywhere because that's where we at. Everywhere, every platform, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Where else, P. Chubby? Tell them what they can do.
Your mom's asshole. Check us out on YouTube at Heels, Pops, and Chairshots, and give us that like button. Hit that little subscribe button up on top, just like I rub your mom's nipple. And check us out at HPC2 Sweet at Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Listen, before we fade to black, all right, these are tough times, and everything sucks right now. So enjoy every little bit that you can. Yo, fuck it. Things are fucked up for everybody. Everybody's fucked up everywhere. Ain't nobody having a better time than you, right? Everybody's struggling through this shit, right? So we're all gonna fucking struggle through this shit together, and we're all gonna fucking enjoy it, cause that's it. Once we get back to normal life, everybody's got to get normal, right? So let's stay here for a minute, and let's fucking smile at the fact that we are here. So let's fucking take a shot. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's enjoy the wrestling that is on. Because there's a lot could have happened that fucking would have limited our enjoyment, and it didn't. And we criticize and do what we can. Drink all the hand sanitizer you need to, because you need it. That throat needs all the antibacterials it can get. Yo, before we go take hold, love you guys. Take the shot. Enjoy yourselves.
Good night and good fight.
10 count till 10 toe.
Hell yeah.